Man, who knew my vermin repellent would come in so handy?
You.
You know what? They're probably only angry in the first place because you've been wandering around the city of bees wearing that stuff.
No.
Not possible.
You're wrong.
Simply out of the question. The question is, are more of them going to come in? Because Tone is deciding on whether or not to do a burning hands now, or maybe make a wall of fire so he can't get more reinforcements.
I am entirely useless this fight. I don't think there's a single thing I can do to hit them.
A classic swarm moment, it would seem. Should have gotten the rat catcher feature so that you could catch those bees out of the air.
Vermintide moment.
Exactly. I just started playing the 40k version of that game, Dark Tide.
Tyler's been slamming that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you playing that too?
Oh yeah.
I'm a big fan.
What class do you play?
I'm a psyker.
What class do you think I play?
A big funny guy.
Yeah. Yeah, you got it in one.
Of me, Emperor. Simple as.
Simple as.
Yeah. I do like the ogre. I played him in the beta. The first beta.
Yeah.
I like how his grenade, you just chuck a box of
the entire
rocks.
box. It's hilarious.
Yeah, you just like beam some dude on the head with it. It's pretty funny. I'm playing as the Psyker. The Psyker's cool. I'll be interested to see what I'm trying not to play too much right now because there's not too much in the game just yet. And as I understand, when the game fully launches, they'll add more missions.
Yeah, I know they're also like rolling stuff out periodically.
Yeah, it's like I think there was supposed to be some new stuff today. Was it?
Yeah, I think so. I think they have the ammo mission.
Yeah. But like I got like the prison mission like 2 times in a row the other day, and I was like, maybe I should just come back later.
Yeah, I've just been like I unlocked the like Mason shield.
Oh yeah, I saw that. That's
it's
so cool.
like so good. The weapon special is basically you just plonk it down and you just don't take any stamina damage from like blocking.
Man, that's crazy.
And on like an assassination mission, if I'm like the one who has the aggro, I can just plop it down and he can do nothing to me.
Yeah, I think I've actually seen a video of that. It seems kind of crazy that it seems like no stamina drain at all. It should probably be like incredibly reduced, but it's like so powerful.
Yeah, it's super powerful, and like, but I get it because like if there's like a Reaper or like any person has like a machine gun or like the minigun, you would lose it instantly. But it's like it feels so good to just like block a hail of bullets. That feels great. I got like an achievement that like only 6% of people, or 0.6% of people have thus far. So I feel pretty cool. Part of an elite people who block.
Get blocked, bitch.
Yeah, sure. Get blocked.
Yeah, I really liked so far like the powers. I played a little bit of Vermintide, and they use a similar mechanic with like the heat you get from casting spells. I thought I was good at like regulating that, but then I got a new staff that lets me like create big explosions with my mind.
And you just can't stop.
Yeah, exactly. There's like something that goes off in my brain of like,
I gotta make the big explosion.
I can't just not make the big explosion. So I was at hit a low point last night. I think I blew myself up like 3 times in one mission. It's fun.
Aha, Psyker go brrrr.
It does. It's more of like a once and then not a high rate of fire thing. Yeah.
No, I gotta put it there. Sorry, I'm mulling about where to put this last. I'm very indecisive tonight for some reason.
Just
the bug smell.
Yeah, because I'm like, man, she's just like kind of just right there, but also like they weren't getting focused at all. But I'm also just worried about them because like they're our friends technically. So like it's like also just like the most people.
I still need to decide. It's like I'll have to ask Gabe if it looks like there's going to be more of them coming. Because a wall would only really make sense up here. But if they could if it's just the 3 swarms, then that's probably not called for.
Yeah. Also, it would be good to note that if they start to actually like rush towards the people, having a wall here.
That's a good point.
Would be
the other thing is that there's always the possibility of splash damage. So I'm kind of uncomfortable using big explosions in populated areas.
No, I get it. I get it.
Certified swarm moment.
I know.
No.
I wish I understand. I actually kind of like how swarms have their own unique rules, like with like the area of effect attacks. Like that stuff's cool, but specifically the thing about them being essentially impossible to hit if you're a regular marshal. I don't know. I feel like it's too extreme. Yeah. It should be like half damage or something, not 0 damage.
Yeah,
I get it.
If you got the rat catcher feat, then you could do it. But
yeah, give me like a day to retrain real quick.
Exactly. The city needs saving. Will the city still need saving in 24 hours?
And can I find a teacher? Preferably, I prefer
anybody adept at catching bees out of midair with their bare hands. So I might be interested.
Man, I don't know why for someone I literally met last minute, I become unexplainably attached to Hollow. I don't want to.
Because she just fucking put your face in her tits.
Fair enough.
Very clearly cared about Hollow before that.
True. I just oh, it hurt. My D&D day might be in danger. I'm so scared. I'm so nervous.
Oh my
That's what D&D really stands for. Dungeons and dating.
Yeah.
Dudes in dating.
Telling me.
Dudes in dungeons. But what's this bad boy? Compulsion mind affecting. Yeah, it's gonna be a no-go.
Debilitating.
Yeah.
See what? Trying to think what our martial friends could kind of do in this situation.
I'm looking at my sheet. I don't even have any bombs or anything like that to throw.
Tone might have some, actually.
You know what the martial friends can do in this situation?
Well, it's really just one, I guess, less so, too.
So, yeah, 2 time and less snow can just, I think best thing there would be if 2 time and less snow basically try and get anyone who gets injured and knocked out by these things out of their attack area.
Yeah, that's what I was planning on picking up the Lumi and
Hoofing it.
Carrot. Yeah.
That makes sense.
That's 2 people worried about their D&D dates.
We didn't even kiss, so it's not a date.
We
That's
also,
how it works.
We also didn't kiss, but
Yeah,
we
you
are
felt
officially
fits.
on a date. Yeah, fair. I mean, but that was more of just a hug. I just happened to get a face full of tits.
2 time felt sad about the way his life has turned out. So maybe that is a date.
Damn.
What is your threshold for date?
I don't know. I'm just saying shit to see what sticks.
Well, fortunately, I'm going to be cutting this part out.
No! Oh
Probably
no!
for the best. Well, that means you can say anything, and you can't hold any of it against us, because we'll deny it and there'll be no proof, and you'll look like a crazy person.
I endorse racism.
And cooked and shipped.
Under.
A wand of missile isn't an area, is it?
Magic Missile should hit them regardless. Like, if Kinetic Blade...
No,
Now that I
Quest,
think about it, Magic Missile shouldn't affect swarms, because it's 3 little darts. You kill 3 bees with perfect accuracy, that doesn't mean anything. This is why I may be a caster in this game, but I am a martial head.
Well, here's the thing. Those 3 bees got exploded with such force. It's like their corpses become shrapnel.
Yeah, I've always pictured
No,
Magic
the
Missile
bee-
as working a bit like a flat cannon.
Yeah.
It's not what it's like, though. The inscription is very clearly this little darts. Even if it was like an area of effect, like, why couldn't you just say like a swipe with a sword couldn't also just like hit a bunch of bees?
Balance.
I don't know.
I don't think it's a good I mean, I don't know. I usually, in 5e, I play almost exclusively casters, but in Pathfinder, I've played only martials.
For me, it is the exact opposite, basic. Actually, no, that's not true. I've played multiple Cavaliers.
Oh yeah.
They just always
Oh.
either die or are cringe.
I always feel bad that whenever I think of your cavalier in that game, I just think of the horse's name first. It's like, oh yeah, it's Ben's character, Davor.
Divor was the horse!
That's what I just said. I felt bad.
I know, but I felt like I had to participate in the skit. I'm just glad that you remember the horse.
I do remember the horse. That was essentially my first kill of one of Ben's characters as a DM, because it was my backstory. It was the reason why he died. So if you
Yep.
think about it, I just
Yeah,
played
this is your fault, Al.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. It is my fault that we got Keski, who's very awesome. So I will take credit for that.
I mean, Keski is also absolutely fucking terrifying.
That's what I'm saying. I'm taking credit for it.
Like,
If
no,
I
I don't.
hadn't had the foresight to make a game, make an encounter where he attacked us.
I meant in a bad way, Al.
Okay.
Let's not forget, this is a person who was literally born to be evil.
That says a lot about the way you view the world.
You really
I mean,
internalized that
if you're a
Kellen racism
changeling,
there.
not really.
You really internalized that Kellen racism there. That's kind of fucked
No,
up.
it's
So
sort of the
I see
changeling
you
bit.
also support racism. Glad I'm not alone.
I mean, Keski is a nationalist, so she does support racism.
Classic. I just played Pathfinder 2nd Edition, ran 2nd Edition yesterday.
How was it?
It was really fun. I like second edition a lot. I've come to realize that it doesn't have the same kind of like rigorous character optimization of first edition. It has a lot of choices, but it's like less about stacking bonuses and stuff. And I recognize that like a lot of the appeal of first edition is making these like crazy characters and basically just seeing how far you can go.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. I feel like it has its own advantages. Like it has a lot of the things I like about 5e, in that it's a lot more smooth to play, a lot more intuitive. Where 1e can have its clunky moments. See Swarm moment. But yeah, I think it's really cool. I love the new classes. Alchemist being the Alchemist makes so much more sense in 2e. They actually make things instead of just being a caster who has to go through like 7 hoops to give their spells to other players.
See, that is cringe.
Because
they make things in fucking 1e.
I played the Alchemist, and basically we have that character.
You did not play an alchemist. You played a bomb thrower.
I had spells, but there are all these restrictions on what my spells like I can't give a potion to a teammate. It literally loses its magic as soon as it leaves my hands. Like you have to.
You literally could you took the infusion discovery.
It's such a strange hurdle to go through.
It's not that strange.
Why? Okay, explain to me why a potion that I make out of the things around me loses its value as soon as it's no longer in contact with my skin.
You're testing it on yourself, right? When you start out, you test it on yourself. That's what an alchemist does. But
what if you're a mad scientist who doesn't go through the conventional ways?
That's what a mad scientist does, is test it on themselves.
Test it on unwitting subjects. It's well, like here's the other thing, right? If it was like at a or something, I'd understand. But the rules say that the magic literally dissipates from the item as soon as it leaves your.
So what I'm hearing is that we're scrapping this campaign and playing 2e. That's what you want?
No. I literally.
He's not in control.
What I was saying is that
I kid.
1e alchemists are kind of silly, and 2e alchemists are actual alchemists because they're not spellcasters. They're just their own unique thing with a lot of cool items.
Give me a second. Right here.
Oh no.
I fear I may have started something that I.
Let me just look at 2e alchemist.
Yeah.
2e alchemist. Let's see.
The mechanics of mechanics work is that you get a big old book.
Shut the hell up. Is what he's saying.
Let me talk.
Okay.
They can create items that do what?
They can create all kinds of items, from bombs to potions to poisons.
What do they do?
They just create things. They create.
Yes, and then they cause what sort of effect?
Well, you see, one of the cool things about 2e alchemists is that they can make bombs and potions and poisons and give them to their teammates, and they can produce them every single day for free.
And they cause what? They cause what?
They cause magical effects.
Yeah.
That don't mysteriously disappear as soon as they drop them on the floor.
Kindly fuck you.
If Evan, right, our dear friend Evan, in the chemistry lab, puts down a vial in like the little beaker in the holder, does it just like evaporate?
Well, good thing that's not magic.
This conversation is going in a separate video.
I'm so stupid, I think chemistry is magic.
Good thing they're alchemists, not chemists. Because I'll tell you one thing, I have a biochemistry major. That shit is not useful. You can chuck acid flasks, I guess, at people, but you just have to buy acid off the internet. And anyone could do that.
What?
Real.
Okay. The point is is that
No.
I have
You
played
have no
both,
point.
and I have a preference for one.
You are wrong.
My mistake. I have a preference for two.
You are allowed to have a preference for one. You just have the preference for the wrong reason.
Yes, exactly.
Okay,
don't know.
back to the game.
Okay.
I can't believe it was the incel Nomo Long.
The old gnome
That's
stuff.
because I outbid him.
This was the final straw. You see, I wasn't going to unleash all of those bees before, but... Grr. Yeah, because I did see him in the crowd earlier. Didn't really think too much of it. I find gnome bleaching to be a really interesting,
It's really cool.
really cool world building.
Yeah.
I'm playing a gnome. I think I mentioned this. I'm playing a gnome in another game who's bleaching.
Yeah.
So he's like this big bubbly jokester all the time. Yeah, I love that guy. He wears socks and sandals, but it's because his feet are all pale.